gorgeous.
Don't be naive thinking, oh, everyone likes me, they want to collaborate, I'm going straight to the top.
Don't look for excuses.
Really flip.
Hi guys, guess where we are?
We are at a pop-up and it's flippin' hot already. But what we would like to share with you today is basically what goes into this. It's not just, the end result, it's leading up to it.
Yeah.
Your mindset, packaging, stock, you name it.
So in this video, we're going to be giving you advice and tips because at the end of the day, we are building in public and this is about business.
So come along with us.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy.
It's going to be hobbies. So many different styles.
They called voice dancers. Do you have a So I had Instagram. Yes, this is from the no baggage series. So these women have no baggage. They just carry their bags and they're very fashionable, living life.
For something special. Wow. I would love to see
We were saying that the artwork is actually beautiful, or Jemima was actually telling me.
Yes, I was admiring it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's confidence to be able to say, yes, that my work is actually beautiful. So there was a time I didn't necessarily believe it. Compliments used to just go over my head and I thought, yeah. It's also just something to bear in mind that when you're producing work or product that you are planning to sell, have confidence in your work, love your product because people will feel it. And even if them themselves, you might say, I don't care what people think. At the end of the day, you should, because aren't they the people who are also going to buy your artwork or buy your product?
It starts with you first.
Starts exactly from within.
Yes.
Reinvent yourself. If this is something that you struggle with, work on it. Do exposure therapy. Put yourself in instances where you feel so out of your comfort zone, because that's actually building your confidence brick by brick. We literally woke up at 4 a.m. this morning because I didn't pack everything the night before. Mind you, not because I was lazy, but because I was extremely tired with a headache. But my point is that every time you might get ready to do something, there may be factors that come up that we don't necessarily have control over. But it's how you work and overcome those obstacles that makes you a winner at the end. For example, the setup that you're seeing right now on the screen, you'll actually notice that we use our Herbalife nutrition supplements packaging boxes that actually God, I'll give him the credit, gave me the idea to use them with a tablecloth on top of them to cover, to give us that whole, stand setup that still looks aesthetically pleasing, as well as going with the theme of the actual pop-up. There is a will, there's always a way. That's another lesson I've learned coming up. You don't need to say, I don't have this, I don't have a camera, I don't have
excuses. Like I always say.
She always says that. It's true. Don't look for excuses. And even the fact that you arrive on time, people will judge you based on all these little things. And it's also thinking about how the management works. Your brand is associated with who you are, as I mentioned in the previous video. When people see your brand in public, they're basically seeing you.
Yes.
So if you are showing up late, not prepared, it's a reflection on who you are as an individual. That's something I've learned during these pop-ups, and I'm really grateful because I was a person who would show up to things quite late. Unintentionally, but again, it was intentional because I didn't plan in advance the way I could have.
This is why we speak about working on yourself. It all ties back to personal development because when you take yourself seriously and what you're doing seriously, then other people will do the same. The world is a reflection of your inner being, your inner state. My name is Gabriellanokidenim, and we're brought to you live.
Don't let people dictate your next move.
People may approach you for the sake of a collaboration, but you need to be wise and actually think about, is it going to benefit you also and not just that person?
Most times when people say things that, oh, your work is so good, and then soon after they say, yeah, we should talk, it means that they themselves have a lot to gain from you.
Yes.
Sure, we understand that there's a point to collaboration. It's also giving you experience to grow.
Yeah.
But from our POV point of view, this was more of a, why do you want to assist us? You've just met us. And it's not necessarily that they may have had bad intentions, but we are already asking these questions because in life, people will always put themselves first. It's a natural instinct. So don't be naive thinking, oh, everyone likes me, they want to collaborate, I'm going straight to the top. Because actually, unfortunately, in most cases, it's not like that.
Yeah. So if they approach you when it's in a sense of the focus is on them, that's how you can tell. But if they then approach you in a state of you and I, using words like we, us, not just I, and the focus being on them.
So, for example, there was a lady who came to us right now as we were setting up for day 2, and she was like, I really love your work. Who's the artist? Jemima doesn't speak.
I did.
Did you answer?
Yeah. She asked me who the artist is, and then I said she is.
Yeah, then she proceeded to say, we should talk. And then she said, come and see I'm not going to say exactly what she's selling to, keep it secret, but she said, yeah, come and see my product after this. I'm right there. You must come and see. So, think about that whole encounter. Who
First time
really
meeting her.
looked like they really wanted to collaborate and who looked like they just wanted to take.
Yeah.
I think it's quite obvious, right? I didn't go looking for her. She came to me, and then she ends by me having to, and by using the word must.
Yeah.
Come and see. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. So please have this knowing that you yourself have gotten you where you are.
Yes.
Of course, when I say that, I'm saying by the grace of God, of course, but I'm just saying, don't let people dictate your next move.
This is why we say you need to work on your mindset and have confidence, because when you have that confidence and reassurance, you know that you don't need to go run after so and so to try grab any deal that you think may benefit you if it's not meant for you.
The universe will test you. All these small things are tests, because every time you are wanting to make a move forward, there will be obviously opportunities in the midst of, scam artists. Can say so, because it's true. If someone is fooling you, to me, they are scam.
Yeah.
So anyway, let us go and work, but otherwise,
We'll talk to you later.
We'll talk to you later.
Ciao.
Really flip. No, seriously, that was work. That was hard manual labor. I don't even have the words to describe how I'm feeling. I'm so tired working a day job throughout the week, then what we did this weekend.
Let us actually just explain to you why we're feeling so physically tired. Is because we're selling artwork, and the whole setup process, we had to carry the paintings, we had to carry our setup all by ourselves. We did this, and where we had to set up, there were stairs. It was quite a long way to walk. So that is why you can imagine we're feeling very exhausted.
I don't talk a lot when I'm tired. So even doing this is showing you our authentic self.
Yes.
That we're not always, what's the mindset? Let's go. We always got to have the right mindset. No, right now my mindset is I'm tired and I don't want to think about work right now.
Yeah.
Even though I am thinking about work, I actually don't feel like it, but we got to do what we got to do. But this is the reality, that there are times when things are not going to look like you're moving forward. You're going to look as if You might even be regressing. But every step that you take towards building your business is guaranteed learning from the experiences that you have along the way. So this is what we want to actually talk about now, is a recent lesson we learned on gossiping.
Yeah,
especially
during
when
this whole pop-up.
people are idle and there may not be a lot of foot traffic. So you got vendors who stroll, going from vendor to vendor, asking about how's it going for them, you know, and whether they have made any sales and how much is this. Just being flippin' nosy. And it always used to annoy me, but I just realized that no matter what, whether I was working for someone else at a pop-up or now that it's our own brand, you'll still have people asking and basically not minding the business that pays them. That's what I call it. You must mind the business that pays you. Because at the end of the day, what are you doing then? Why do you care if so-and-so has sold? You're not in competition with them.
In such events, depending on how your booth is set up, you may feel the urge and the need to interact with other vendors and to so-called become friends with them. But let me tell you that that is not necessary at all. And in fact, the worst type of friendship is you thinking that gossiping and speaking negatively with someone is actually going to be a friendship worthwhile, and that is not true. So in such instances, like Gabriella said, stick to yourself and focus on the business that pays you. We're not saying don't interact with other vendors, because you can, of course, but focus on your business. So for example, this is what we
We're tired.
I'm sorry. The way someone was saying they lost their voice also at this.
You see, it's not it. Oh my gosh, I don't believe in toiling. So no, not again. Not again. Flip, man. I said no. When I say no, we're not doing it. And if actually God has said it, which he did, we are not doing this again.
Justin believe.
My goodness.
So for example, we experienced a lady coming up to us, another vendor, and gossiping. We realized it's that whole thing of trying to be in with the crowd, and then when they realize that they're not in with the crowd, then they complain.
She's like, have you seen
And
what those
hate on other people.
ladies are selling inside?
Yeah.
And then I said no, because myself, I don't go and look at people's spending. Like, I don't go and look at people's shops. When I'm working, I'm focused on what I need to do, and the things that I need to do is to sell and receive contacts from potential clients. So after saying no, she mentioned, yo, you should even check the prices of their things. Meanwhile, we're selling artworks worth a couple of thousands.
Yeah.
So when she's talking about the prices of clothing and jewelry inside, it's in no comparison to how much our artwork is being sold. So what she was saying didn't even make sense. And that was really showing the minute intelligence that some people have. And I'll say it bluntly, because when you gossip about people, you look like a fool.
Yeah.
Because it's foolishness. It really shows that you yourself aren't confident in what you're selling. You aren't focused on what you need to do, but you're minding everyone else's business, trying to badmouth people who are actually making more money than her.
Now, does that make sense?
So that was really, your mom and I, we were just looking at her like,
I was laughing, so because I was genuinely shocked, and also the fact that it's just funny to me that people think that what they're doing and saying is actually going to get them far ahead. So however she interpreted my laughing, that's up to her. I could have been laughing at her or with her. She won't know.
No matter the age, you have the responsibility, when we have the responsibility to conduct ourselves professionally.
Yes.
People are always watching. Like, we were watching how she was treating and talking about other vendors, and they also are watching us. You know, we get complimented on our setup, of it being professional. We've gotten also complimented on how we ourselves look and conduct ourselves. And they're always so happy to work with us. Even when I'm working for another business at the pop-ups, they say the same thing about me. Everything comes back to who you are. I can't stress this enough, because I've seen so many people who are having amazing products, but they themselves, when you see them, they're not a product of their product, if I can put it that way. So even if the person may have been older and maybe she was grumpy, there's no excuse. Because I've also met people who are our age and younger who can also have the same attitude. That attitude, whether you have a positive one or a negative one, it's really going to impact your business and your life overall. Whilst at the pop-up, Jemima and I were gazing at the golf course, and I spoke out loud my thoughts to God, and I said, God, should we do, and I mentioned this pop-up's name again. And normally God answers me immediately. Then I rephrased the question and I asked him whether we should do pop-ups again in general. And I got an immediate no. And can you imagine something where I've worked so hard and we've put so much into this to hear a no? It makes you sometimes think, wow, then what was the point?
It really tries your faith.
Look,
that's what's something we're all going to go through in business. There are going to be times where you have to just continue, even when it literally feels like nothing is happening. Some businesses, they take years before they're successful. And I think that's really important to remember, because you can't give up. That's my point. Don't give up, even though it looks like nothing's happening, even though some people can speak negatively about your situation or how it may appear in the outside world. But don't give up, because I know one thing, and that is that when you don't give up, you're bound to succeed. It has to happen.
Yeah, it has to. And when you actually follow and seek God, ask him for guidance, ask him what the next step is, he'll give it to you.
Yes.
We received the next step because then I asked, all right, so you know what? Not this, then what? You have to make this prosperous. Your name is on the line, not mine.
Yeah.
You said do this.
Yeah.
You literally said frame your artwork. And mind you, actually, this is very positive. The feedback we received was amazing. I have never experienced men liking artworks the way they like Gabriellanokidenim artworks. I've always seen women liking artworks before their men do, before their husbands do. Like, I've worked for galleries and it would be the women who are shopping, saying this is beautiful, asking their husband to come and look, sending pictures to their husbands to approve whether they like it or not. Men and women, literally couples, were saying this is very beautiful, asking who the artist is and complimenting the work. So that in itself was a
confidence boost.
Yeah, like it was a confidence boost, because imagine this all happened and then there was no feedback whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or feedback that was weighty, because everyone can say this is nice. I don't care about this is nice. I care about genuine people who are giving genuine compliments, who are people of substance, who are people who could actually buy. So yeah, know your target audience, know your market. Not every venue and not every business model is for your business. Seek God on which one you're supposed to be doing for your businesses.
So if you're watching and you're also building your business in public or building your business in general, we both want to encourage you. Don't give up. Keep going. You will succeed, and we'll flippin' come together and be like, yeah,
we did that. We did that, babies, beauty and brains. Because every time you are progressing in life, know that God sees it and he's saying, well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes, and actually please let us know in the comments your experience of what you're going through, and if you've made progress. We would love to read and know about this also, as we're sharing with you our process.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Ciao.